All right, so I would love to have Sam and Steven talk. So go ahead, guys, and introduce yourself and what you do for a living.
My name is Steven. I'm a lawyer. I don't know what else to say. This is my lovely fiance, Sammy.
I'm a speech language pathologist, typically working in a school, but not so much right now. And I started doing stuff with Alex coming up on a year ago.
Yeah, I was a little behind. I was a little after that. a little after that.
Yeah, we've been together for a while now. I love it. So can you tell everyone, like you said, we started about a year ago now. So can you tell everyone kind of where your health was prior to starting, and maybe it wasn't necessarily your health, but kind of where you were prior to starting, and go for
it. Well, we were in kind of a rough fitness area. Right after I graduated law school and Sammy graduated college, like right at the same time, and then we moved in together. And so like adjusting to like being real adults, like without her having practice or me having class or anything like that, and having less time to work out and stuff. So the very first year we ran and trained for a marathon together, and that was great. Our eating was horrible, but we were in good shape because we just ran 1 million miles each week and then ate whatever the heck we wanted. And it didn't seem to make a difference because we were burning all those calories. And then after the marathon, I don't think we had like a consistent workout really at all. I mean, we'd go through periods where we would like run some more, like we'd go to the gym, but it was pretty bad for like a couple of years there. And I think right before we started was probably the worst we were. Like we weren't really working out. We definitely were not watching what we were eating at all. I mean, we were probably going out to eat like, I don't know, almost every day, probably. We like got Panera for lunch every single day on the weekend. We were getting pizza like at least twice a week. Like it was pretty bad. And our fitness level was definitely not good. We were not paying attention to what we were eating at all. And, for both of us, probably I don't want to say the worst shape we've ever been in, but definitely pretty bad, definitely pretty bad, pretty close to that. And so, we were obviously looking to try and change our habits and get on a better routine and stuff like that. And that was our main goal sort of to start.
Yeah. I also feel like I had a hard time because I didn't know what like a traditional habits should be. I've always done sports my whole life and never had to really think about what I was eating. Like everyone knows, oh, don't eat the cookies, don't eat the ice cream. But other than that, I was like, I don't feel like I'm eating that much, but never having tracked it, you don't really realize what you're putting in your body until you're looking at it all in the numbers.
Right. And like, I like what you said about, you always did sports and you were always pretty active. So you never really had to, deal with actually like the habits you had and things like that. And then once, all that was over, it kind of, you could see like how that was affecting your life. So I want to hear from you guys, how, was your habits and your health at that time, like actually affecting other parts of your life?
I think we were tired a lot. I tell Sammy all the time now, I used to have horrible lower back pain, like horrible. And I would complain about it constantly. Like, oh my God, my back is killing me. I don't know what's going on. Like it hurts all the time, sitting in the car, all that stuff, that's pretty much all gone now. I think, I don't know, I'm sure like obviously we didn't feel great about how we looked. I have a lot of like old person, I don't want to say old person, but like I felt like an old I felt older than I was because get up tired in the morning, my back was hurting, kind of in like just like a rut, like going out to eat all the time and all those things, and just generally not feeling super great about it. I mean, I don't want to say like it was horrible, but like you'd like to wake up and like feel good about what you see, and I don't think there was a lot of that going on. And I think it definitely affected other parts in our lives, because it's like, well, I don't want to go to the gym if I feel like I look horrible and like I'm doing a crappy job, like, so then it's just got sort of like a spiral of we'll just keep doing what we're doing, and that's fine, as long as my suit still sort of fits, like not a big deal.
I definitely would feel more stressed than I do now. And I had a lot more headaches, which was very likely due to not drinking enough water, because I never thought about it and just kind of did whatever. But I just feel generally happier, even if it's just a simple workout. It just is a nice stress relief.
Yeah, for sure. So I know you kind of touched on it, but you kind of showed how, how your habits and how, you're eating and just how you're kind of living your life in that way affected your life. So what do you think has changed since starting, with the AB Fit family, and like how has your health and how has that affected your life in general?
I think it's made a huge positive impact on us. The one big thing we talk about all the time is, the tracking. Like at the beginning, obviously kind of like, okay, like getting into a new thing that we had to do with like the workouts and stuff. And now it's just kind of like part of our everyday life, where like you track what you eat, you put it in there, not a big deal. We got our work, we know when we're going to work out, like, and that's just sort of a part of our normal routine. And I think it's made a huge difference for us, like, beforehand, not really having any idea what we were putting in our body at all. Like not at all, like literally not at all. And now to sort of look back on that and be like, geez Louise, like I cannot believe like that's what I was eating every single day. Like no wonder, I weighed like 215 pounds, like because I was eating like junk constantly all the time. And so I think that's made a huge difference, just to sort of see like, what we're actually eating, and like realize that, we can go out to eat and have like a regular, like nice dinner somewhere and not feel like horrible afterwards, because, we actually know what it is and what we're tracking and things like that. And just that sort of stuff has made a huge difference. And just having it kind of be like a normal routine that we've gotten into, where, we're able just to like every day, like this is just what we do now. Like that's just what we do. And I think it's made a huge difference for us as far as just keeping track of exactly what we're doing. And that's allowed it to become a routine. And obviously it's made a huge difference for both of us. And, it seemed like when we first started, we would never get here. Like when we first started, it's like, God, this is so hard. And I know there were some rough periods in the beginning and some not great. And then, some struggles in the middle there for a minute. And
I mean, success looks like that. Right?
Yeah. Well, the summer was tough. The summer was tough. And then I feel like we really hit our stride, but just like making it more part of our lifestyle versus like, oh, we're just doing this to lose weight or whatever, where now it's like, it's really is a part of our lives. And that has made, I think, a huge difference.
Mm-hmm. So, sorry, were you going to say something, Sam?
Nope. Go ahead.
So I really liked what you had to say, Stephen, about, being able to go out to dinner and like being able to, just have your regular lifestyle, but just different habits and different, you're just like living it in a different way. So you're not really missing out on parts of life. You're just kind of living it in a different way now. So, living healthy, like doesn't have to be restrictive, and you don't have to miss out on certain parts of your life. So I like how you highlighted that. So do you think that, tracking what you're eating has been the best tool and has been the most helpful thing you've learned from the program? Or what do you think, in your opinion, has been the most helpful, I guess, habit or just piece of advice you've learned from the program in general?
I definitely like tracking. I think it's something I'm just going to stick with probably forever. I really enjoy it. I'm also a little neurotic, but I almost think it's fun to be like, okay, I want this piece of chocolate cake today. How am I going to make it fit? Like, what do I need to eat the rest of the day to be able to have what I enjoy and not feel like I can't eat the good things? And it's fun to know that you can make things that you enjoy fit into a healthy lifestyle.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a big part of it for us. I mean, having the, like, kind of this schedule workouts, like we know what's coming, like I think that has made a huge difference, rather than us just like showing up to the gym and like dicking around for 20 minutes. Like I think that makes a huge difference, just because it feels like if we have something planned going in, it feels like we're sort of more accountable. Like, hey, we got to make sure we do all our stuff. We got to make sure we hit our stuff. I think that's made a huge difference. And I do think that, just sort of all of it as a whole, I think has just really, really helped us. We feel more we know you're watching over us, so we feel, we feel more accountable about it. And then I think that helps us. And then just the tracking stuff. Just to make the adjustments, just to kind of know, like, oh, I don't really need to shovel like 7 pieces of bread in my mouth. Like, I don't need to do, I don't need to do that. Like, there are other things that I can eat that are better, and I, still feel the same, and we're still able to do those things. I think all of that has really just been a combined help for us.
Yeah. So it sounds like, you guys have made massive improvements, just like mentally and physically, both.
Yeah.
Before you started the program, were you skeptical to join, a program like this, or like what ultimately made you make the decision to reach out and join?
I definitely was nervous that I feel like I've gone on phases where I'm like, oh, I lost weight, good for me, like, great. And then a couple months later, it kind of falls apart. And so I was definitely skeptical, but I think seeing how everything was just kind of a slow, gradual, like working it into your lifestyle, really was what kind of made it click and made me want to keep doing it. Because I've done it too many times where you start and then quit, and that's not any fun.
Right. I feel like that's so relatable.
Yeah. I started, I think, like a month after Sammy did, and just kind of seeing what, she was doing and everything like that. I think that was the motivation. Definitely going in, I was like, well, I could probably just I'll get it together on my own. Like, I don't need, like, I can do it, which was clearly not happening at all. And so I don't know, like, I'd always been sort of skeptical about the tracking. Like, I thought, like, well, I pretty much know what I'm eating and that sort of stuff. I was like, well, I can go run, like, that'll help, like, whatever. I don't really like lifting, all that stuff. And of course, none of that is true anymore. And just sort of seeing the good progress that Sammy had made and how much she was enjoying everything, was kind of like a motivation for me to do it. And of course, now we've been doing it together almost a year. So clearly a good decision.
Yeah. So last question for you guys. If someone, was out there looking for a program, what kind of person do you think that this program would be for? Or who would be the type of person that, this type of, lifestyle change would be helpful for?
Literally everybody.
Yeah, literally anyone. Like, I would seriously recommend this to anyone. I think anybody could do it. Like, if you're a self-motivated person, I think you can do it. If you're somebody who needs a little outside motivation, I think it's good for you. Like, I don't know. I think anyone could do it. Like, if you want to change, like, I think anyone could do it.
Yeah. Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate you so much for taking some time out of your Saturday afternoon to come hang out with us.
We're real busy.